Hey guys, Eminem Gaming here, and today I'm back with another video. Today we're going to be just discussing my top 5 most anticipated games for 2016. um, if you haven't seen it, I have done a video probably yesterday. You guys have probably seen it. Um, of my top 5 games of 2015. So if you want to check that out, uh, let me know your guys' top 5 in there, and also what games you're most looking forward to. Let me know in the comment section down below. But yeah, let's get into it. Well, I'm going to do it slightly different to how I did the top 5 for this year. Just that technically this will be a top 7 because I want to put 2 indie games that you guys may not have known about or have on your radar. So I'm going to put them on just so you guys, if you want to check them out, yeah, and let me know what you think about them. So yeah, let's get into it. The two, the two I'd say like lesser games that I'm most interested in. Shadow of the Beast. I don't know if you guys saw that at Paris Games Week. It looks pretty amazing. I've got to admit, I have pre-ordered that um, from the PlayStation Store. It looks really nice. It looks sort of. I was saying that it does look a bit like uh, Abe's Oddworld. I don't know if anyone is it Oddworld, something like that. It does look very similar to that, which is quite interesting. The characters like, but obviously a more violent version. um, but also reminds me sort of God of War, if you've seen that. So make sure to check that out, guys. If you just type in Shadow of the Beast, there'll be a Paris Games Week, probably an E3 as well. So yeah, make sure to check that out, guys. And this is I think it's an Xbox game. I don't know if it's coming to the PC, but I'm just going to say it's on the Xbox. That's all I know, and that's called Cuphead. Looks very interesting. It reminds me of I can't even remember what the game was called. It was like a Mickey Mouse sort of on a boat, black and white game I played when I was a kid. I can't even remember what it was called, but if you guys can remember, make sure to let me know. But yeah, it looks really tough, really brutal difficulty, but looks really fun and interesting. And yeah, I should be really fun to hopefully if I got should have an Xbox by then. So yeah, should be fun to try that out. You know, I'm a big fan of my indie games, so yeah, make sure to check them out, guys. If any of that interests you, like sort of the old type of black and white sort of games, Cuphead. If you like sort of a side-scrolling God of War sort of game, make sure you check out Shadow of the Beast. But let's get into the AAA game section sort of thing. And I want to be like, I'm like I'd probably said this every single video, but I am a PlayStation gamer. I'd got no problem with Xbox or Nintendo. I like them consoles, but I am a PlayStation. I prefer PlayStation. For the 3 was I like preferred. The 2 and the 1. I've always been a PlayStation guy. So, but I want to be as fair as possible. So I am going to put my one of my most anticipated Xbox games in this list. So on that note, let's get into it. Fifth place is my Xbox game. Really a game I was really surprised about because I don't know if it's almost unfair. I'm not really too sure, but Xbox kind of got this reputation for having this certain genres of games, like really two shooters and racing games. But I definitely think they're trying to move away from that sort of image, and I think this is definitely a game to help that, and that's Scalebound. Um, I did watch it at Gamescom. I think it was they did like a little live gameplay, and I thought it was really fun. It looked basically you've got a dragon as companion, and you you got like headphones on. You're listening to music while beating up dragons. I think if that doesn't sell you on the game, I don't know what does. But no, it's going to be a really cool game, something a bit different, and I think something that really could be really fun to play on the Xbox One next year. So if you guys ain't checked that out, make sure you check out Scalebound. It looks really awesome game. Right, so next one. This is a multi-plat, but it's a game I really like, and that's a Fallout, Far Cry Primal. It's sort of a standalone Far Cry game, so it's not Far Cry 5. It's kind of its own thing. It's very interesting how to do it because Far Cry, really, you go around driving cars and shooting people. At least in 4, I haven't played 3, but apparently it's almost like a reskin. Apparently 4 of 3. I don't know if that's true. I can't confirm or deny that. But yeah. So they're meant to be very similar. At least I think a lot of people would admit. So yeah, I think if they can kind of change that up or just do something interesting, while they probably work on Far Cry 5, really cool. And it's nice to see Ubisoft do, well, it's not different, it's not a new IP, but it's something different within an IP. So yeah, really cool, and it's on my radar. I love those type of games. And yeah, let's it was quite a surprising one. It might be to you guys. I don't know too much about the game, but it's one of those games I want to save. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if you guys have that, where there's a game you're really excited for, so you won't watch the trailers and you won't watch anything because you kind of just want to have it new and exciting when it does come out. But yeah, that's my fourth. That's right, fourth game. Most anticipated game. Now on to number 3. This was quite a hard one to pick. It was like between like 4 games for 3 spots because I wanted to have a multi-plat. I wanted to have an Xbox game. But yeah, so it was kind of difficult for the 3 spots remaining on the PlayStation side, which like I say, I do prefer PlayStation exclusives. They're my favourite type of games. Bloodborne was fantastic. Order was okay. I mean, Infamous was really good. Knack was okay. But next year they've got some fantastic ones. So third, I'm gonna go with The Last Guardian. Now, some people may be surprised because if you speak to me on Twitter or anything, you ask like what game I'm probably most excited for, I would say probably The Last Guardian, but I think I'm a bit skeptical on it. That's why it's third. I want it to be released in 2016, but I just don't know. It's been like 7-8 years, and I was watching a podcast last night, the Weapon Wheel podcast. I don't know if any of you guys watch it, and they said something really interesting about Eco, the Team Eco, who are doing The Last Guardian, also did Shadow of the Colossus and Eco, but they were saying these 3 games are the only games they've done for 18 years, so pretty interesting. But yeah, I'm really excited for it, but I want to play it down because obviously it's been so long. You just want the game to come out now and no more delays, no no more problems, which it's The Last Guardian. There's probably going to be some more problems, but yeah, that's the one I'm really excited for. And but it makes it third on the list because I just don't know if it's coming out 2016. Says it is, but it probably said it was coming out 2007 or whatever. So yeah, next game. Second one, there was kind of two games fighting for this second spot. I know it sounds weird, why didn't I put it third? But I just couldn't not have Last Guardian. But I want to play it down, not have it like first. So I was kind of debating in my head, like, between these two games. So I'll tell you the two games, guys. It was Wild um, and Horizon Zero Dawn for the second place. Obviously, both of them being open world RPGs and very different type of games. So what I'm going to do, because it's so like connected, technically this is probably getting more nearer to a top 8 at this point with the two indies, and you know. But what I'm going to do is have my second place game, and then I'm going to give a shout out and a little, like, not a shout out because I'm sure they don't need me to talk about the game, but just like a little what the other game's about. So for me, second place is Horizon Zero Dawn. Now the reason that got second place over Wild was that at E3, I mean, they had Shenmue 3 and Final Fantasy 7 Remake that blew everyone away. This I don't think anyone knew about. Like, I think everyone was blown away. Like, you know, if you saw some of my tweets, I was like, what the hell's this game? You know what I mean? So I was very happily surprised by the game. But what surprised me even more was the guys who were making it, Guerrilla Games, who have done Killzone. I mean, from going from like a pretty linear sort of first person shooter to go to a open world game where you can explore everywhere and anything and everywhere is really hard to do. I think, you know, completely changing game genres. I know they've got some guys from Fallout and also some guys from The Witcher 3 working on the game. So if they're anything like The Witcher 3 and Fallout 3, or was it New Vegas? It's something like that. I don't think they worked on Fallout 4. But if it's anything like those games, man, it's going to be a fantastic game. But it was really the surprise and like the wow factor when I saw it. You know, the character looks amazing. You know, the world looks beautiful. Having a sort of like almost like prehistoric yet futuristic mixed into together, I think it's really cool. I mean, I could be wrong, you know, it's probably been done many a time and I'm just not really thinking, but to me I think it's a really cool, unique idea. And I think some people are getting burnt out on open world games. You know, there's been a lot, but I think this one, I think I can squeeze another one in at least, or two if you can count Wild. But yeah, I think it's beautiful, it's an RPG, it's everything's explorable, and a really cool character that looks like she's going to have a really in-depth and amazing backstory. And I think I don't think I was the only one. I think a lot of people were blown away from E3 by this game alone, and there were some big announcements, so to blow people away with this game, very impressive. But I'm just going to go over briefly Wild. Now, Wild was well, actually it was announced a while back, but they haven't shown anything for Wild. They showed something at it at Paris Games Week, if any of you guys watched. Although I thought, wow, this is beautiful, I thought this is really unique, it's got some cool ideas, basically a lot of the thoughts that were around Horizon, that's why they're fighting for the second place. But for me, I wasn't like really surprised at Wild, because I'd seen Wild, I'd heard of I didn't know what it was about, but I heard of it. It didn't blow me away when they showed Wild, but it blew me away when I saw Horizon. So that's literally, but I think, you know, without a shadow of a doubt, I'm going to get both. But yeah, number one spot. I don't think this is going to surprise many people. If anyone, if you know me, if you chatted to me, most anticipated game, and that, yeah, Uncharted 4. I mean, Naughty Dog are one of those few, very few in the gaming industry who actually never really make a bad game. Now, hear me out. Like Jak and Daxter, I think defined a lot of people's childhoods. They did, I believe they did some Ratchet and Clanks, or the first one, or something. Now, Ratchet and Clank's one of my favourite franchises, so yeah, you know, anyone who works on that, like I love Insomniac as well, but they have made some bad games, you know what I mean? So, well, not bad, but not like great games. But Naughty Dog just constantly make great games. I think, you know, that's the kind of reputation they've got. I think, you know, there is an indie developer actually that's got a similar reputation called Housemarque. But like, so that's why I'm excited for the new Alien Nation game. Well, new, it's a new IP, but you know what I mean. And also the other game they're working on. I can't even remember it, guys. Let me know. Like the kind of shooter side scroller game that they're bringing out. But yeah, Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. I mean, that game for me, I think is going to win Game of the Year 2016, and we haven't even got the game yet. I think, you know, the multiplayer looks fun, and they're adding new things to it. The graphics look mind blowing on single player. I mean, the graphics on online don't look as nice as online. I think, you know, sorry, the graphics online don't look as nice as the offline graphics, but they've chose frame rate over graphics for online, which makes sense, you know what I mean. I don't really care too much about frame rate offline. Like, I'm playing by myself, I don't really care about that stuff. But online, you know, you want to have a sharper, you know, more responsive sort of thing. So I can understand that, and, you know, fair play to Naughty Dog. I completely trust them. Any other game developer that delays the game, throws away 9 months of work, you know, or a lot of people want this game to fail, in my opinion, from what I've seen, you know, around. But I just know with Naughty Dog, it's not. So I think, you know, I could be proven wrong, could be awful, but it just wouldn't go with the track record of Naughty Dog for them. And I think the guys who are making this game are actually the guys who worked on The Last of Us. Yeah, for me, Last of Us is probably the best game ever made. I think, you know, from graphics to gameplay to online to the story. I mean, Naughty Dog really nail a story. So, and I think the guys working on The Last of Us, Neil Druckmann. I can't honestly, guys. I'm really not good with names. I do know them, believe me. I'm not lying, but I'm just really bad with names. But you know, the guys who are working on The Last of Us are now working on Uncharted, which you know, is fantastic. I think, you know, they're really going to do a stand-up job at ending Drake's story. Now, obviously, you know, Nathan Drake's a PlayStation like icon hero or whatever. So I would like it if they could end the story, but like end it without Nathan Drake dying, you know. But it is the guys who made The Last of Us, so I can't guarantee that. But yeah, really, I think, you know, we know what to expect from Naughty Dog, and I think they know they have an expectation on them, and I think they're going to meet it. And I don't think they're going to. But like I said, any other game, I would not trust it coming out in such a short time, really, if you think about it. 9 months work just scrapped and chucked away from Amy Hennig, who is now working on the Star Wars Visceral EA something. Basically the story mode of this game, I believe, but I could be wrong, where you play as Han Solo. But yeah, Uncharted, A Thief's End, I think will, one, be Game of the Year, 2 is my most anticipated game, and 3, I think, really gonna make a lot of people who have bought our next gen consoles, especially, you know, PS4s, I think really happy about the purchase. I think, you know, it has been I mean, obviously we've had Bloodborne, Infamous, Knack, and The Order and all that, but I think this will be like the biggest game to come to PlayStation, and I literally can't wait. And I think it's one of those games which can March just hurry up so we can just play it. But yeah, I'll be playing through that beta. I'll do a first impressions of the online beta on my channel, without a shadow of a doubt, next week when it comes out. If you guys are interested in the beta, I will just say, either buy the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection secondhand to get it on your system, borrow it from a friend for like 5 minutes to literally download it to your system and give it back, if you've got a friend who's got the game, or rent it and then send it back straight away if you don't want to pay the full price and go through all the games and have that. I love the games. I was always going to go through them again even without the beta, to be completely honest. But if you a bit cash strapped but you want the beta, I think have a look on online for some rental services. If you've got a friend who's got it, literally just put it in your PS4 and giving him straight back if you don't want to borrow it or whatever. But because that's the only way confirmed now. I don't know if they're just gonna say, look, it's here for a week. For the first 5 days, the people who bought the Nathan Drake collection get it. For the last, I don't know, 2 or whatever, anyone and everyone can play it. I don't know if they're going to do that, but to be on the safe side, with a game I love, I had to get the Nathan Drake collection. But like I say, guys, as you probably used to in these type of videos, I do ramble a lot. The video's going on for 22 minutes, so I do apologise. But yeah, to recap, top 5 most anticipated games: Scalebound, Xbox One; Far Cry Primal, I was about to say 4, Far Cry Primal, The Last Guardian, Horizon Zero Dawn, and Uncharted, the masterpiece, and it ain't even out yet. I could be setting myself up for failure, but Uncharted 4, A Thief's End at number 1, where it deserves to be. And like I said, a few honourable mentions. Make sure you check them out if you haven't heard of them. Wild looks beautiful, amazing. Cuphead looks, again, really fun, unique, and also what was it called? Shadow of the Beast. Another game looks really amazing. But yeah, guys, I'm going to call this video here. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what your most anticipated games are. Also, guys, what do you think will be coming out of PlayStation Experience? Any new games? Heard some rumours, I can't say who. No, but I've been seeing people thinking maybe God of War. Would you like a God of War? Sony Ben's new horror game. But yeah, guys, let me know down below what you think. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.